so that it is not showing a mirror image of me, so I can't see the screen to know that I'm live. Someday I'll be more technical, better at this. Okay, I've got my laptop in front of me, so pardon me if I look to my left quite a bit. Hopefully it won't be annoying. And I'm just waiting for my live to pop up on my laptop so that I can see if my camera is positioned correctly. There we go. I'm live. But now I need to see if I'm actually in frame. I am. Look at that. Okay. I'll turn you a little bit. Oh my goodness, my hair looks horrible. I just brushed my hair. I actually spent time on it. I'm just going to move things closer because that's ridiculous. Eek. Sorry guys, you're watching me do my stuff I should have done in the bathroom earlier. Okay, well, I'm here. And let me see who's here. One person is watching. And that person is me. I've got my Bristol Motor Speedway shirt on. I love this shirt. If you're ever in Bristol and you want to get motorsports clothing, go to the Bruton Smith building. Burton Smith? Bruton. Go to the building. On the Motor Speedway campus, you have to go up to get there. Trying to think what gate it's near. I don't like, probably like 17 or something. Anyway, there's a building there, and in there are their offices, and there's a nice restroom in there, and they're open during business hours, and they have a shop in there where they sell their motorsports clothing, hats, gosh, everything you could want motorsports related. And I got a bunch of shirts one year. Oh, I just spilled coffee on myself. Well, it's camo, it won't show. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, my monkey cup let me down. Got coffee on my shirt. I got this shirt for $5. All that to say, I got this shirt for $5. And it's a nice, like, got a little V-neck to it. It's got decent sleeves. You know, a lot of times when I buy a t-shirt, I cut the neckband off because I don't like how tight it is around my throat. I don't have to do that with this. 13 people watching. Hey guys, you came in here to learn about words that hurt? Are you ready for the words that hurt? I'll be done talking about my motorsports shirts. I'm just going to move the camera a little bit. I hope it doesn't like fall off my camera stand. Okay, I just wanted to raise it up a bit. Change it a little bit more. Sorry guys, I'm very, very not technical. Just trying to put on a good show here for you all. Okay, words that hurt. If you guys want to top in the chat, hey Caesar, it's good to see you. You're number one. You are my number one fan. Yay. Words that hurt. Okay. For us personally, it was about 3 years ago. We wanted to build a shop or garage. What time is it? 11:45. Okay. I'm checking because my grandfather clock is going off right now. So in 15 minutes, it's going to chime noon, which is going to be loud for, you know, a few seconds. Anyway. She's right over there. Jaja? Hey. Hey. Now she can hear herself barking on the computer, so I've got to turn the... Jaja, no. There's no reason for that. Stop. Stop. You don't need to be that way. Maybe she's upset about the words that hurt. Actually, she can hear a vehicle backing up outside. She's a Pyrenees Akbash mix, and she spent most of her life on our ranch, on our ranch properties. And She's not used to city noises. So she freaks out whenever whenever a vehicle makes a sound. And also that probably has to do with a delivery to the house. Oh gosh, last week. Stop it. Stop. I'm just holding on to her collar, so she's going to yank me a little bit. Last week we had a delivery from Amazon. Thanks, Amazon. At about 9:30 at night, I'm thinking. We were just mellow out, you know. I was listening to some kind of a podcast or watching a movie on my phone. My husband was on his computer. And all of a sudden, there was a giant bang. I thought it hit our big front window because we've got 100-year-old windows in the front of our house, and 2 of them are huge. And I thought it hit the one in the dining room. No. The Amazon driver / delivery person guy was parked in our driveway. That's a crime against our dog, Jaja. You're not allowed to park in our driveway. He just chucked the package from the side of his car to our front porch, and it hit our storm door. He had 2 other packages because, well, maybe he didn't have 2 other packages. There were a total of 3 packages on the front porch when my husband went out to see what the commotion was. Can you relax now, girl? You gonna relax? Go lie down? The sounds are all gone. It was probably a delivery. Could have been a bus. Good golly. Wasn't an ambulance. They usually use their sirens. We have a neighbor across the street that has a lot of health issues, so we get a lot of swirling lights and sounds around here. Whew, that girl doesn't like it. Anyway, my husband went out and he got the 3 packages and brought them in. But this person had just thrown whichever package it was. I don't know. There was one that was kind of soft, about the shape of a football, maybe it was a, I don't know what it was. Anyways, it was fairly soft and it was just wrapped in plastic. And that might have been the one that hit the door. I don't know. But dang, Amazon. Not cool. You're so excited, Caesar. Oh my goodness. What's going on this weekend, Trey? I know what I'm doing this weekend. Darlington. Anybody else? Darlington? Come on now. Anyway, so the words that hurt us about 3 years ago, before the dog started barking and made me just totally go off the rails in what I talked about. Hi, girl. Now she's over here. Yes, bubba. Shop and garage. And you guys are thinking, those words don't hurt. You're trying to remain number 1? Oh, you're going to be, oh, how fun, Trey. I see your picture in your little thumbnail. That is so fun. Cool. Are you hooked up with an agency or do you have an agent? What's your story? Because I have an agent and I've been hooked up with agencies over the years. I've never played a character though. Like I've never been hired to go to a party and be a character. Not just, that is so cool. Awesome. Why do the words shop and garage hurt? Well, my husband and I have a chunk of land that we want to build a house on. Oh, you do it as cosplay. Well, you should get yourself a, take pictures and send it into an agency. You can actually get work for doing stuff like that. Like parties, rich people parties, or event, theme park type places. Pardon me while I get the dog hair off my nose. They hire people and they want people who look like certain characters. If you can do him, cosplay, Trey, you could go to some pretty fun parties, I suppose. I don't happen to look like any celebrities, so, oh, how fun. Dustin Hoffman, he was a grouchy one, wasn't he? Yeah, he was good. I liked him. I've never seen, have I seen a recent one with Johnny Depp? I don't know. It's been so many years. I may have seen the first one, maybe. A friend of mine was in one of them. I actually, did I book that one? No, I booked War of the Worlds. That's right. That was a different one. I wasn't able to go to it. I was bummed. Dustin Hoffman version. Cool. Okay, so why do the words garage and shop hurt? Why did they hurt us? We needed, Guy, I used my asthma inhaler. I promise you, I tried to do Like, I brushed my hair. I tried to do proper grooming. Didn't do makeup. I think my makeup is in our post office box. I actually bought makeup. I don't buy it very often. A lot of times if I get a gig or a job where I'm supposed to show up and be like a spokesperson, or in a place where you're supposed to show up camera ready, I will stop at a CVS or a Walmart or something and buy makeup right before, because I don't use makeup in my everyday life. So my makeup goes bad. Like, I just threw some away recently that I used in a, what did I buy that for? It was something I did 3 years ago. I threw away the foundation. It was kind of separated. That stuff doesn't last forever. Anyway, I did buy some packed powder or baked, I don't know, whatever it is. It's some kind of powder that's supposed to not make my wrinkles look even worse than they are, which is kind of sucks. You've watched all the Peter Pan movies to get the movement of Hook. That's awesome. That's cool. You really ought to think about finding an agency near you. If they try to charge you money, you tell them no thank you. As far as, I shouldn't say if they try to charge you money. Some agencies will represent you 100% no charge, because they get money when they book you in something. But some agencies will try to charge you hundreds of dollars to take acting classes, which you don't need or don't want, modeling classes, which you don't need and you don't want. And some will charge you what they call like an internet fee to put you on their website. That's worth it. That one is worth it. That one, back in the day when I was doing that kind of thing, I think it was like, 25 or 35 bucks to get on their site. And it's kind of fun, and you don't have to take all the jobs they send you. It would be really fun for you if you're putting that much into it. So, okay, only 7 people watching. That's okay. I can handle it. If you feel like giving me a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. It does help YouTube figure out that people want to know what the bad words are, the hurtful words. Okay, so we have this property. We want to eventually build a house on it. In some of my videos, I show the hole in the ground that my husband is digging with his backhoe for our basement. It's not a very big hole. If that's our basement, our house is going to be the size of our master bathroom. It's going to be bigger. Anyway, we've got this acreage. We have goats there. We had sheep. We sold the sheep. We have ducks, and a lot of stuff happens there. So we wanted to build a shop or a barn. So we went to the metal shop people. There's a guy down the road. He's in another town. He's a veteran, and he has this building, and he sells, or a business, and he sells metal buildings. So we went to him, and we found what we wanted size-wise. I forget how big it is. I'll say 20 by 30. I really honestly don't know, but it's fairly big. And we wanted to put it on our land, so we needed to get a building permit. So my husband filled out the paperwork. I don't know if it was online or in person, whatever he did. And they rejected it. They said you cannot build a shop on your property until your primary residence is built. So he resubmitted it as a garage. And they said you cannot build a garage on your property until your primary residence is built. So I was with him when he called I got hair all over. You see all this hair? It ends up coming out of my skin, and it just floats around on my face and everywhere else. It's just gross. So he called the guy, and I think we were in one of the vehicles when he made the phone call. And we're talking, or he was talking to the guy. And he said, okay, so I need a place where I can store my tools, where we can put hay, where we can put our tractor. We need a barn or a garage, or I'm sorry, not a barn. We need a shop or a garage place we can put it. And he said, well, you can't do either one of those things. So my husband said, well, what about a barn? And the guy goes, yep, you can put a barn. Same exact building. Are you serious, Jaja, right now? Are you serious right now? Same exact building. Same company, same metal, same requirement for the foundation, which is concrete. same footprint, same plans. Everything was exactly the same. The only thing that was different was the word barn. So we put up a barn. We use it as a shop/garage. We're not actually storing hay in it right now. We were storing hay in it for quite a while. Well, there's a lean-to off to the side, and we were storing hay in there for a while. But now we have a place for the hay that's right there with the goats. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about, words that hurt. Hey, Trey, you are number 1. Cesar, you need to put more comments, sweetie. I know it is totally arbitrary rules. And it's ridiculous. And the guy on the phone at the building department or whatever, I think he wanted to tell my husband, hey, just call it a barn. But he probably couldn't say that because it's a game and you're not allowed to tell the opposition what the rules are. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I know he should have told him. It's like, we both just started laughing. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? It's the same everything. It's like identical triplets, right? We've got the barn, the shop, and the garage. All 3 would be completely identical, regardless of what you call it. We were going to store feed in there. We were going to occasionally house animals in there if they needed cover. And in fact, 1 or 2 of our dogs actually did stay in there in the wintertime. We are going to store, not the tractor, but there is a car in there right now. It's a 67 Chevelle. If I got that wrong, I'm in big trouble. I think it's a 67 Chevelle. I should know. There are about 9 motorcycles. Got a few motorcycles in there. There are some lifts, some engines. There's a whole bunch of our house stuff that we just haven't unpacked yet because we moved a few years ago. Oh gosh, there's old furniture. What else is in there? There's a lot of stuff in there. Anyway, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that one word. We do not have any barn cats yet. We may have, hey, Cat and Jack, good to see you, neighbor. We may end up with barn cats maybe in the future, but our dogs would kill them. So we have to be really careful. We have one dog that would just chase them. She's about 14 years old, and she wouldn't hurt him. If she were ever to catch a cat, it would scare her so badly she would never chase them again. She's all bark. She would not do anything to him. She used to kill rats, rabbits, squirrels, but cats, she just chased them. The Catahoula, he was 9 or 10 months old when we got him, and he had been in a house with a cat, got along fine, has not been around cats since then, so we don't really know how he would be. The Akbash Pyrenees, we got her when she was 10 weeks old. She was raised for the first 10 weeks of her life with cats, barn cats, but she hasn't been around them since, and I would not trust her to not kill it. So between the Catahoula and the Akbash Pyrenees mix, I don't feel comfortable introducing barn cats right now because they would be with the goats and the sheep. Well, actually, we probably could put them with the goats, or not sheep, with the goats and the ducks. And they could have a pretty good life. There's a place where they could hide in the hay barn. Call it a barn. It's a structure it's removable. It's not permanent. It's just temporary because our house is going to be real close to there someday. Oh, it's telling me we've been on here for 15 minutes. 6 of you watching, if you decide to give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome. My computer is telling me that I need to check my Apple ID settings. I'm not going to. Oh, Halloween settings right now? That's fun. I don't do Halloween. Even as a little kid, I was always sick at Halloween. It's just the weirdest thing. I remember being really sick. And I remember one Halloween, my brother took 2 pillowcases. That's right, we took pillowcases around. We didn't have cute little baskets or like the plastic jugs that they have now, little pumpkin shaped things. We didn't have anything like that. We had pillowcases. We didn't get a whole lot of candy. We got enough. I think we got enough. My mom was happy with it. I know she rated our candy. If she was anything like me, she took out all the dark chocolate. Well, that's good stuff. And made us eat the stuff that wasn't quite as good to her, which is, that's a parent's right. That's a tax. That's what they get for room and board. He went with 2 and he brought me 1 bag of candy. Other times, I was just sick. Now, I know I have done some Halloween stuff when I was little. I wasn't always sick at Halloween, but they did, Cat and Jack, they did. Pillowcases held a lot more candy, but we didn't get a whole lot, and I don't know why. I guess, and everything was full size back then. Remember, well, I don't know if you're as old as me. I'm in my 60s. Everything was full size. So if you got a Butterfinger, which was my favorite at the time, until I bought one at the neighborhood grocery store, it was expired and it had maggots in it, for real. I took a bite. Didn't taste any different, but it was a little bit airy. Like a Butterfinger is supposed to have some crunch to it. This one was a little bit airy. And I looked at it, and there were little maggots looking at me. True story. Yeah, I've eaten maggots. Pretty sure I've eaten a lot of things I didn't know I'd eaten. So creepy. So anyway, one Halloween, it was me and my brother. He's about 1.5 years older than me. And our friends, this is so wrong, Jenny and Maggie, and our parents, and Jenny and Maggie's parents. While we were out trick-or-treating, our parents decided to stage a crime on our front lawn involving our fathers, our mothers, and butcher knives. We came home from trick-or-treating thinking our mothers had been, can use the word unalived, and our dads were in costumes, so we couldn't tell who they were, and they had these big, including the handle, butcher knives probably about that big, right? A butcher knife handle about that big, and then yeah, so they were big. Can't really see my hands in the video. Anyway, butcher knives with fake blood on them, because, you know, real blood doesn't really show up. So I don't know if they had red paint or whatever it was. We believed our mothers. That was what we came home to. I told that story to a counselor once. She said, "Do you know how messed up that was?" I said, "Well, yeah, it was really scary. We were screaming. We were screaming so bad. I was probably like 6 or 7 years old. I was really little. I remember hearing the screams in my ears of my 2 friends and myself. I don't know if my brother was screaming the same as us. Probably. He was only a little bit older than us. That was so wrong. They made us think our mommies were gone. Yeah, so Halloween's never been special to me, and that might be why. That might be why. That one time I left, came back. That might be why it's never been very special to me. My kids celebrate it. One of my daughters, she enters a competition for sure at Christmas, and I don't know if she enters one at Halloween. I think she does, and she starts planning it like way in advance. There's no doubt she's already started. If she doesn't have it written down, she's got lists in her head of things she wants to do. Yeah, Trey, your "oh wow" is super appropriate. Can you imagine? We were just little kids. Oh, our parents were. Oh. And my dad's best friend was the other girl's dad. He grew up in Hollywood. Yeah, Trey, it sounds like you're just like my daughters. Or my daughter. I don't know if my other girls decorate. One of my girls lives in a condo. It really wouldn't make sense to do anything because of the way the doors are. It's like door, 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 door. They're all right there. So you can probably put a little jack-o'-lantern out in front. If I was a little kid, I would like that because I could just go to 4 different places in about 20 square feet. Get candy from 4 different condos. That'd be awesome. I think that's how it's set up. I'm pretty sure it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then just across the way are the other 4. You just happened to plan what we're having on the house in March. Words that hi PHSP 126. Words that hurt was about a building permit we couldn't get because we were using the wrong words for the building. We called it a shop or a garage in our first permit application, and it was rejected. And then we called it either a garage or a shop in our second permit application, and it was rejected. And it wasn't until we used the word barn that it was accepted. But it was the same exact building that we were putting up, the same foundation, the same company, the same blueprints. Everything was exactly the same. The only thing different was a 4-letter word, barn. In fact, I should have put that in there. 4-letter words that hurt. Oh dear, I missed a great opportunity for a title. Maybe I'll change it. I just found food on my teeth. Sorry if I've been smiling with food on my tooth. I had a pretty robust breakfast. It was a bowl of oatmeal, gluten-free oatmeal because I'm very sensitive. And it had a lot of stuff, including little tiny seeds. I probably have black specks in my teeth. Next time I go live, guys, I'll probably have really good makeup on. I just want to let you know, I actually splurged on this makeup. It's Laura Geller. Cat and Jack, we are actually in the city. Both of our large properties are in the city, and our house is in the city as well. We're right on the outskirts of town. We have 65 acres. We have 2 lots right next to each other. One is industrial light manufacturing. We bought that to shield ourselves from somebody putting in industrial / light manufacturing right next to our house. So, hey, February on Earth. I'm doing good, thank you. So we had to deal with city. In the county, we could have built 10 buildings with no permits as long as we paid cash. If you finance it for some reason, you have to get permits. I don't know. Anyway, it's a thing. You got a 12-foot Inferno pumpkin from... You got Home Depot in March? They had that? Or did you have to go online and buy that? So yeah, words that hurt. Barn. Barn didn't hurt as much as shop and garage. Shop and garage were the words that hurt us. So dumb. And we're using it. 99% is pretty much shop and garage right now, or 100%. But we have stored hay in it. We have put animals in it. If I had baby goats that needed a heater and to be bottle fed, I might keep them in there. So yes, it could be used as a barn. Thank you for subscribing. I love new subscribers. And there are 6 people watching right now. Hey, all 6 of you, give me a thumbs up. I sure do appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, that'd be awesome. Most of my content, fair warning, most of my content right now is drag racing. Because I travel around in a lot of Eastern Conference series, and can I help you? I doubt it. I doubt if I can help you. I mean, you can certainly ask, but we're only communicating through the internet, so I doubt if I can help you. If you need help, 911 if you're in the United States. If not, I for sure can't help you. But you are my number 2 right now. This pumpkin, mouth and ribs like... So when did you get it? Oh, you ordered online. Okay, there you go. All right, cool. I did not see your comment. That's really cool. Like I said, not my holiday, but now that I think about it and just talking to my phone about it, to you guys about it, I realize it probably goes back to that, I hate the word trauma, people use it so much, but I think that was probably very traumatic, what our parents did to us. Now, my dad's best friend grew up in Hollywood. His dad was a famous director. I just watched a documentary about his dad. He grew up with costumes and makeup, and his dad's genres were all genres. I don't know if his dad did horror. I'm trying to think if he did any horror. He did some suspense thrillers, but I'm not going to give his name because I don't want to out my friends. But I could see that guy doing it because he was a big jokester. And my dad would go along with it, and my mom. Now, I don't know about their mom. Their mom may have been harder to convince because she's more of a, she's not feral. My girlfriend's mom is not feral, was not feral. My dad and his buddy, totally feral. Like, my dad's friend was kicked off Hollywood sets for playing practical jokes on some of the most famous actors in the 1950s and 60s. Yeah, he was actually kicked off and told never come back. He played practical joke. He was a huge practical joker, big time. The scary guy. Let's see. Let me see where February is. You asked for help. I said I didn't think I could. International Constitutional could help. I don't know what that means. International Constitutional. I don't know what that means. Yeah, Trey, I imagine that would be scary. I'm going to have to ask my daughter if she's aware of the 12-foot Inferno pumpkin from Home Depot, because if she hasn't seen it yet, she might want to look into that. She's heavy into this. Her husband, I think, is trying to bring her around to be more focused on certain things. So he would like more of a thematic deal instead of just all the fun stuff that she buys year to year. So she, at least at Christmas time, she's going to try to be more of a theme and do more of a set instead of just all of the Christmas things. All right, guys, we are down to 3 watching, and we've been here for half an hour. I do appreciate you joining me. I am going to have to check out. I've got a man coming home with a bunch of groceries. He's been at Sam's Club. He's been at Walmart. He's probably been at Rural King, and he's headed home. And I need to go find out, I need to go start putting groceries away because he'll be here in just a couple of minutes. But thank you, and thank you for chatting with me. I love the fact that you guys wanted to be in some kind of competition. That's hilarious. And Captain Jack, you were my number 1 for a bit. And I'm trying to see the chat. That's funny. All right, guys, thank you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend, Trey. I hope you have a really good time. And if you think about it, if you want to message me, ask me stuff about things as far as getting signed up. I know you're probably busy. You probably don't have time to do stuff like that. But it can be really fun to do thematic parties for people if you're in the right place. Hey, Song of Life. The stream was about her words that hurt. Garage and shop being the 2 words that hurt because the building inspector would not okay our building until we called it a barn instead of a garage or a shop. That's all. Just a silly little word. So you guys have a great day. I have to end this live stream now. It's going to be a little bit awkward because I have to put my hand over my camera. So that was it, Song of Life. Mostly I do drag racing. And then come winter, I'll be doing different stuff. There's no drag racing happening in the winter. Bye-bye, sweetie. Thank you for joining. So you guys have a good weekend. Today's only Tuesday. I leave for Darlington on Thursday. It's going to be a long weekend. We take 1 dog with us. We leave all the other animals in the care of our pet sitters. Pray for good things to happen. All right, guys, check out my other content. If you like ducks and goats, you'll be very happy on my channel. If you like drag racing, you'll be ecstatic. All right? So you guys have a good one. God bless you.